At some point, feeling bad stopped being just human and started to feel like a mistake. There's a quiet pressure to feel better fast, smile again, move on without looking back. When that doesn't happen, guilt kicks in. Why am I still like this? The irony is brutal. The same culture that promises lightness often creates more weight. And the harder someone tries to stay positive all the time, the more exhausted they feel inside, like they're performing a role that never ends. What almost no one questions is simple and uncomfortable. Peace is not the same as constant happiness. Forced optimism creates tension. Cultivated calm creates space. One path demands control at all times. The other teaches you to stop fighting what you're feeling. That's where the counterintuitive shift begins. Maybe the problem isn't difficult emotions, but the desperate attempt to eliminate them. This video isn't about thinking happy. It's about building an inner stability that can hold good days and bad ones. A calm that doesn't depend on catchphrases, emotional highs, or pretending everything is fine. There's a quiet, very common moment when someone realizes they're not okay, reaches for their phone almost on autopilot, and is met with phrases like vibe higher, attract good things, or think positive no matter what. Instead of relief, something strange happens. On top of feeling bad, they now feel wrong for feeling bad. Anxiety grows, guilt shows up, and comparison starts eating away from the inside. This kind of automatic positivity promises quick comfort, but often works like emotional anesthesia. It doesn't heal the pain, it just pushes it under the rug. The issue isn't wanting well-being. It's confusing peace with denial dressed up as optimism. Ignoring a signal doesn't make the problem disappear. When the check engine light comes on, covering it with tape doesn't fix the motor. It just stops you from seeing what needs attention. Emotions work the same way. The rush to feel better fast usually comes from fear of feeling, not emotional maturity. And the more someone runs from that discomfort, the more the body and mind find ways to signal that something is unresolved, which leads to an uncomfortable but necessary question that sets up the next step. What really happens when we try to control our thoughts by force? Many people believe positive thinking works like a magic button. Press hard enough and discomfort disappears. But the mind isn't a simple switch, it's a living system sensitive to pressure. When someone tries to force away an unwanted thought, repeating, "I can't feel this is weakness, this is wrong," the result is often the opposite. The thought comes back louder, more persistent, more emotionally charged. Frustration builds, anxiety spikes, and soon there's a sense of failing. This isn't a lack of discipline. It's a method that fights the nature of the mind itself. One image makes this clear. Trying to push a ball underwater requires constant tension and effort. The more pressure you apply, the more energy the ball stores to shoot back up. Thoughts and emotions work the same way. A small shift changes everything. Replace repression with conscious recognition. Instead of, "I can't feel this," try something like, "I'm feeling this, and I can still act well." That sentence doesn't fuel inner conflict or hide denial behind positivity. It restores space, choice, and emotional dignity. And when this inner war starts to quiet down, something deeper than optimism begins to appear. A stability that doesn't depend on your mood. One of the biggest confusions in conversations about well-being is the idea that peace and happiness are the same thing. They aren't. Happiness is volatile. It rises and falls with circumstances. Peace, on the other hand, is the ability to not lose yourself when those swings happen. A person can have a bad day, wake up without enthusiasm, face real problems, and still remain whole inside. This inner space doesn't erase difficult emotions, but it keeps them from grabbing the steering wheel. That's where many people get trapped. They try to stay upbeat all the time and, when they can't, assume something is broken. A simple analogy helps. Happiness is like high volume. Exciting, energizing, attention-grabbing. Peace is more like sound quality. Even at low volume, everything is clear, steady, and free of noise. A day can feel low, quiet, or heavy, and still hold clarity, presence, and balance. That's the shift few people teach. Peace isn't the absence of pain. It's the absence of inner war. When the struggle to feel good eases, There's room to observe, accept, and act with emotional intelligence. And right here, a common resistance appears, the belief that acceptance means giving up, which sets the stage for the next step. When people hear the word acceptance, they often think of passivity, weakness, or resignation. But in practice, accepting doesn't mean giving up. It means stopping the waste of energy fighting what doesn't respond to force. Put simply, there's an invisible line that organizes emotional life. Some things are under your control, others aren't. Your attitude, choices, actions, and values belong to the first group. Other people's opinions, the past, unexpected events, and others' behavior belong to the second. When this distinction isn't clear, the mind enters constant burnout mode, trying to control the uncontrollable and neglecting what actually can be done. An everyday example makes this concrete. Imagine planning something important outdoors, and rain shows up out of nowhere. You can spend 2 hours cursing the sky, replaying frustration, feeling wronged. Or you can grab an umbrella in 10 seconds and move forward with what's still possible. Acceptance works like that mental umbrella. A quick daily exercise helps train it. Quietly ask, is this under my control right now? If the answer is yes, the next small action becomes clear. If it's no, the next breath becomes the smartest move. And as this skill takes root, a natural curiosity appears. If it's not brute force or denial, what replaces forced positivity? When forced positivity leaves the picture, many people ask, okay, so what do I actually do? The answer isn't big rituals or radical changes, but simple micro-habits that build inner stability throughout the day. The first is labeling the emotion, which takes less than 10 seconds. Silently saying, this is anxiety, this is sadness, or this is anger already reduces its intensity. Naming what's happening inside is like turning on a light in a dark room. The monster shrinks when it's no longer vague. A recognized emotion stops being a dominating one. The second habit is using a self-compassion phrase that doesn't lie. Not unrealistic affirmations, but honest support, like, this is hard, and I don't need to fix everything right now. That creates immediate inner relief. The third step is bringing the body back to the present with something physical. 3 slow breaths, feeling your feet on the floor, relaxing your shoulders on purpose. It's like unplugging a mind stuck in the future and reconnecting it to now. These gestures seem small, but they can shift your inner state in minutes. And as someone practices this with themselves, an inevitable question arises. How do you offer the same kind of peace to others without falling back on cliches? People often slip into autopilot while trying to help. Someone else's silence feels uncomfortable. Their pain creates urgency, and the mind rushes to ready-made phrases that promise quick relief. The problem is that lines like, it'll pass, or just think positive, usually shut the conversation down instead of opening it. Even with good intentions, they send the message that feeling is inconvenient, that discomfort needs to be fixed fast. Real support works differently. It doesn't come from the rush to solve, but from the willingness to stay present when there's no immediate solution. Small shifts in language make a huge difference. Saying, I can see how heavy this is for you validates the experience without trying to erase it. Asking, do you want to vent, or would you rather think about a solution, restores choice and respect. Sometimes a simple, I'm here with you, said with real attention, regulates more than any clever advice. Peace in relationships grows when someone feels seen, not corrected. And noticing how this transforms conversations leads to an unavoidable question. If this posture calms others, what would happen if you applied it to yourself consistently? After all this, the invitation is simple and challenging. Instead of trying to control every emotion, consider what life would look like with less inner fighting and more presence. What would change if you labeled what you feel, treated yourself with kindness, and stopped demanding instant happiness? How many decisions would become clearer if your mind wasn't busy trying to look okay all the time? Peace doesn't require emotional perfection. It requires daily practice. Small choices, repeated over time, build a stability that doesn't depend on your mood or on others' approval. So here's the final question. What have you been pushing away that just wants to be acknowledged? What inner war could end today, not through force, but through conscious acceptance? If this resonated, try applying at least one of these micro habits today and notice the effect. And if you want to keep going deeper into this kind of reflection with practical philosophy, emotional clarity, and tools that work in real life, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That's how peace stops being an idea and starts becoming practice. Thank you, and let's keep walking together into the Stoic Innerverse.